Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Matter of fact, smack dab in the middle of the 10-car pack, starting 5th. But up front, green flag goes in the air as Paul Grisby in the 24 and Clayton Terragori lead the field to green side by side. They lean on one another going through 1 and 2, but it's Grisby who's got the top spot off turn 2. Grisby went wide in 3 and 4 and opened up the door for the slide job, as Jeremy mentioned, for Terragori, but Grisby powers back with the crossover, takes back the top spot, and now he goes up high again in turns 3 and 4, side by side for the race lead, and don't look now, here comes the 87S of Jeremy Wonderly. Paul Grisby continuing to show the way here at McKean County Raceway. Terragori in 2nd, Wonderling in 3rd, Waters in 4th. Jacob Tubbs rounds out the top 5. That battle from 6th on back, a good one led by Jake Wilbert off turn 4. Terragori continues to try to have enough muscle underneath the hood of that 16T machine. The fluorescent pink 16T with some white and blue trim, trying to track down the 24 of Grisby. Has a good exit off turn number 4. Actually cuts into that lead a bit as they head down the back straightaway. Grisby kicked up a little wide off corner exit turn number 2. Terragori continuing to be the fastest car on the track and closing the gap on the race leader of Paul Grisby. It's about 3 car lengths of separation as they head down the back straightaway yet again. Grisby, the race leader, Terragori trying desperately to find a way to get up to his back bumper. 10 laps down, 10 laps to go. Halfway through the feature event here in McKean Trucking and PV Paving Rush Late Models at McKean County Raceway on the Super 6 Showdown on a gorgeous Friday night. Grisby stretches out that lead as they head through 3 and 4, opens it up to about another car length or 2. It's about 4 car lengths, making 5 as they enter turn 1. Starting to pull away with this one. The lap ago, Chuck LaFleur was able to slide by the 89 of Jacob Tubb off turn 4. Here comes Grisby. Jeremy mentioned there is some lap traffic directly in front. Cassie Norman now riding that high line, about a groove or 2 higher than Grisby off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Issues in turn number 2 has made it to the infield as Paul Grisby leads the way. Both race leaders have gotten around the lap traffic machine of Cassie Norman. Looked like Terragori cut into that lead a little bit, but then Grisby responds and opens it back up as they just got the 5 to go signal this time around. 4 laps to go for the race leader of Paul Grisby. LaFleur continuing to hound the inside to the left elbow of Dusty Waters, and he takes away that spot down the back straightaway. But there are 2 laps to go for Paul Grisby at the front of the field, bearing a caution. I don't know if it's going to be enough time for Territory to catch up to the back bumper as they head into 3 and 4. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Paul Grisby has nothing to worry about. Out the back, checkered flag, American flag in the air. Paul Grisby's going to score the victory. The McKean Trucking and PB Paving Rush Late Models. Terabori across the line in second. LaFleur was on the charge there at the end. He gets by Wonderling for third. Wonderling comes across the line in fourth. And Dusty Waters rounds out the top 5. And here he comes, race fans. Give it up for the 24 of Paul Grisby. Out front after starting this one up front, and you stayed there. How'd you do it?
Well, sometimes on the initial restart, starting on the outside, front row, a little better spot, so had to drive it in as hard as I could to 1 and 2, and it cost me a little bit coming down the backstretch, and he got by me. I just wasn't going to give it up that easy tonight.
Now, in the middle of this race, Terabori was almost like an accordion effect. He was catching you were responding and pulling away. Did you see him closing in, and what was going through you did?
Well, I never really saw him, but, wow. I never really saw him, but I knew sometimes, depending on what bumps I hit at what spot when I was on the throttle, that I'd have good laps and bad laps, so I knew I wasn't definitely just leaving everybody.
First win here of the season in 2024 at MCR. Anybody that you want to thank on this ride?
Yeah, these guys right behind me. This is my crew. We've had a hell of a year, a lot of bad luck, some of it caused by me. They stuck with it, made sure this thing was in tip shape every week. I think we made some gains on some.
It made gains. You were fast out there. One of the fastest cars on the track at times. And you put in the victory lane. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again.
One more time for the 24 of Paul Grisby.